Hi everyone, Linn Holdhusen with the Holdhusen Real Estate Group at Keller Williams, Portland Central. I want to talk to everybody today about love it or list it and whether or not it's a good idea for you to remodel your house prior to listing it for sale. So on the show Love It or List It, there's basically a couple divided where one of the people in the couple wants to redesign their house to meet their current needs, and the other person in the couple wants to sell their house and just move to the next house that just has all of those things. So they enlist a real estate agent, they enlist a designer, they give them both a budget. The real estate agent tells them what their house is worth before they list the house, and they both get to work. Agent goes trying to find them a new house, designer gets to work remodeling on their current house. At the end of the run, they all come together, and the real estate agent now tells them what their house is going to be worth if they were to list it, and the designer is keeping her fingers crossed that they're going to just love their house and continue to stay there. Most of the time, what you'll see on the show is that if the designer gets an $80,000 budget and the house was worth X amount in the beginning, the house is usually worth that $80,000 afterwards, and we call that trading dollars. So basically, you spent a dollar to just get that dollar back. And the way we'd like to see it happen when you're, investing in real estate is that you put a dollar in and you get $2 back, or $1.50 back, or $1.25 back, or even $1.10 back. So in this situation, the risk here is that you're going to be trading dollars. And in some cases, that can be the best case scenario, that you're trading dollars. A lot of times, if you choose the wrong level of finishes, if you run into problems that you couldn't have foreseen, which is really one of the major risks as well of remodeling your house for sale, is that you could run into problems that if you're remodeling your house for you to live in it, you kind of have a different attitude about it. You think about it like, this is my house. I'm the one who's going to be living there. And, if you're someone who's empathetic about other people, you're also coming with that same thing, but it doesn't have to be perfect. For you, it might have to be perfect. For them, it just has to work. So a lot of times it's going to but sometimes people have the opposite sort of sensibility, and they're going to put the best in everything, but maybe the house can't absorb the best costs. And so you can just get into trouble with dollars, and you're trying to guess what it is your next buyer is going to want in your house, when if you just give them the option, especially in this market that we're having in Portland, most houses are selling at full retail, whether it's a fixer or whether it's completely done. And if you're in the market right now, you know that the houses that are fully done are getting a premium. But I think a lot of times it's easy to look at those and say, oh, this looks really nice, I can make mine look this nice. And in trying to make it look nice, you run into other problems that are going to cost you more money. So I say all of this coming from my own remodel that I'm working on right now. I'm in the process of remodeling my own house. We just moved in a couple days ago. The interior is for the most part done, but there's a ton of stuff left to do on the exterior. And it has cost me way more than what I had originally planned, but it's my house and I'm the one who's going to be living here, and I'm planning to be here for many, many years to come. So I'm going to have the luxury of absorbing a lot of these costs that I might not have had the chance to absorb otherwise. And if you're selling the house immediately, you need to make the best choices. And sometimes that's hard because there's a lot of choices to make. So my answer is no. I would not recommend for you to remodel your house prior to listing it for sale. There's so many other little things I could talk about here, and I'll make other videos talking about love it or list it and some of the other little caveats that we can run into here. But almost always I'm going to tell my clients not to remodel their house prior to listing it for sale. The things that I am going to tell them to do are to make sure the paint is good, make sure the paint is fresh, the exterior of the house looks good, that the curb appeal is good, the yard looks nice. I would always recommend getting a stager. A stager is always going to show your house better than your house yourself. Even if you have the best taste in the world, it's still going to look like your house, and we need it to look like their house. So I would always recommend getting a stager. The last things are just make sure that it's clean. I think so many times we go into houses and that, it's one thing that just people always pay attention to as to whether or not the house is clean. So this is my advice for today. If you guys have any questions, there are cases where sometimes you can spend 50 and get 200 back. It's just not as likely, but you never know. You might have one of those houses. So if you're thinking of selling this year, if you're thinking of remodeling this year, please give me a call. I'd love to consult with you. You can comment below, call me, text me, email me. Happy to help anytime. Have a great day, folks.